Wholeness and high vibrations. This is Gigi's House of Wellness, and I am Gigi. Thank you for coming to my channel. Please hit the subscribe button. Today, I've kind of avoided this conversation. I've been wanting to talk about it, but I'll come up with an excuse, and that it is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. I would like to touch the subject and support, educate anybody out there going through any type of domestic violence situation. I myself am a domestic violence survivor. I have all my teeth and, everything's intact on the outside, but internally it's gonna always be a part of my existence. I myself was able to defend myself against my abuser, but it landed me a felony and 10 years of probation. Not all women are as lucky to come out, and I'm just pulling up some statistics on domestic violence just for, so over 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men in the U.S. have experienced rape, physical violence, and or stalking by an intimate partner in their lifetime. There's health effects, economic effects. Victims of domestic abuse lose a total of 8 million days of paid work each year, which is the equivalent of 32,000 full-time jobs. Domestic violence affects so many areas of a person's life, and the trauma, the post-traumatic stress disorder for anybody who's been a witness, victim, because any children that witness this are also victims, and then it causes just a domino effect of trauma in the lives of people who are in this type of situation. So I wanted to bring awareness, and I wanted to also give anybody in this kind of situation a little bit of advice. And I know everybody doesn't have the means financially to leave, but if you are going through a situation where your life and your children's life are in danger, and you're living with a partner who is abusing you, you either need to make a plan to leave or just leave. And I understand the statistics show that it takes a woman 7 times to leave an abusive situation before she's totally done and over, if she makes it out alive. Not even only if she makes it out alive, but the injuries that are sustained through these relationships, they can be generational curses that not only you as a woman or man will feel the effects, but you have generations behind you that can feel the effects. So the best advice that I could give you, because I've been in the situation, is to leave and get as far away from this person as you can. Now, I know there's men that'll come looking for you, or women, and you're just best off leaving. There's not, like, for the safety of you and your children or your family, it's just best to get as far away from the domestic situation as possible. So with that being said, I wanted to also touch the topic of When God Was a Woman. This is a book by Merlin Stone, and I'm gonna probably just read the summary of the book, but this is so in detail of how if we can go pre-Bible years, because the Bible is patriarchy and it is a man-made book. Before the times of patriarchy, there were women rulers. There were goddesses queens, and the women owned the land and the property, and it was passed down from the mother to the daughters. So somehow in history, it turned over to the man. And in this book, it explains there was an invasion, and the women had temples that men would pay for time with them. They would bring them gifts and tokens of any type of thing that they were using as value, not fiat currency. They would bring them horses, camels, gold pieces, gold coins, jewels, those type of things, to even have the privilege of being around a woman. And so when patriarchy took over and invaded, everything changed, and men have been able to use their strength power to conquer women. And that's just the reality of our history. And a lot of people can't even comprehend that being part of our history, because as of so many other cultures, history gets deleted. The history of the woman and the worship of the goddess has been erased. And if you are lucky enough to study history and the woman, then it's empowering. It's just empowering. So here is an invitation to discover a past. Okay, sorry. In the beginning, God was a woman. Here is an invitation to discover a past that has been buried by millennia of Judeo-Christian myth and corresponding social order. Merlin Stone tells us in fascinating detail the story of the goddess who, known by names such as Astarte, Isis, and Ishtar, reigned supreme in the Near and Middle East. There, she was revered as the wise creator and the one source of universal order, not simply as a fertility symbol, as some historians would have us believe, and under the goddess societal roles differed markedly from those in patriarchal Judeo-Christian cultures. Women bought and sold property, traded in the marketplace, and inherited title and land from their mothers. How did the shift from matriarchy to patriarchy come about? By documenting the wholesale rewriting of myth and religious dogmas. Merlin Stone describes an ancient conspiracy in which the goddess was reimagined as a wanton, deprived figure, a characterization confirmed and perpetuated by one of modern culture's best-known legends, that of Adam and the fallen Eve. Insightful and thought-provoking, this is essential reading for anyone interested in the origin of current gender roles and in rediscovering women's power. So that's basically why I wanted to do this video today, because I wanted to let women know that you are a powerful creator. And I know there's so many books and patriarchy is ruling at this time, but there's going to come a time where the matriarch is going to regain her throne. And the time is very soon. And so with that and the domestic violence situations, or the topic that I'm bringing up, I retaliated or protected myself against my abuser. And I felt like that was the only choice I had at the time. But I've seen karma happen in this lifetime. My nose was broken by a man, and this man, I don't have any contact with him, but I hear he's missing an eye. So karma, and he was in prison. It doesn't have anything to do with me. He was in prison for some other activities, and I can only imagine what has happened to him within that time frame. I was married to my abuser, And when I see him, I almost kind of feel sorry, just because he looks like he didn't get too far. 2 years ago, he was in a relationship and the woman's sons beat him to the point where blood was coming out of his ear. And I feel like I've heard that he seems like he has CTE now. This is karma. You don't have to wish ill on anyone. You don't have to go, put yourself in a situation where you're going to end up in jail or in prison or with a felony for the rest of your life. There is the law of karma, and it is so real, and I've seen it with my own eyes. So I'm just letting you women know they're safe. I'm going to put the number for the domestic violence hotline, but the best thing to ever do to protect yourself and your children is to get away. Go away and start your life over and be the independent woman. Because like this book states, we are gods, we are goddess, and we were worships. And there's going to be a time where patriarchy is going to fall, and the men are going to have to worship us as in divine order as it was prior to patriarchy. Anyway, I just wanted to share these things with you. Have a beautiful day, and thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe, share, and like. Thank you.